great city once stood here. Now only ruins remain. Look at this. The cataclysm turned people to dust, yet a handful of trinkets somehow survived.
Here, this will help.
It's worse here. The void, its hunger. It wants to devour me, mind and spirit, annihilate every trace of my existence.
I'll be at your side every step of the way. Together we can face anything.
Out of anyone else's mouth, that would sound like a lie.
The Void's draw is powerful, but it will also hide us from Valen's awareness.
Let's see if we can get these doors open.
Such a weapon as a child. I fear none of my pets would have survived.
Why did your beasts attack me, Jarek? I am the Empress now, not a prisoner.
They respond to fear and hate. If you could learn to control your emotions, like your father, they would not trouble you.
I am not like Valkorion. You told me you'd made a breakthrough.
Everything is prepared, Empress, in the main lab.
Okay, I'm ready. For anything. Should feel better now.
given me free rein over his child. Death is the only line I am forbidden to cross. Fortunately, he has provided numerous subjects to test my more radical experiments on first. The beasts ripped a young man apart. He died screaming in front of Valen, but she made no move to help. Things are progressing well.
Valkorion turned his daughter into a monster.
Or he simply awoke her inner monster. Sith, Jedi.
They must have died in agony.
Valen will go to any length to break her conditioning.
She's using the same methods you used on her.
I tried to contain her destructive power. She seeks to unleash it. Which cause serves the greater good?
If this doesn't work...
If you are strong enough to survive the process, your bonds will be broken.
Have any of your lab rats survived so far?
None were as strong as you. Is something wrong, Empress?
No. Let's begin.
You have to stop her!
We're running out of time. Come on.
This will help.
Wait! I am not your enemy!
I recognize you from the Holos. You're the one in charge of this place.
I am Jarek, a humble servant of the Eternal Throne who merely does what he is told.
A justification for evil I've heard far too often.
The pursuit of scientific knowledge is not evil, though there are sometimes unforeseen consequences. Valen, something went wrong. Her power is racing out of control. When it erupts, the entire asylum will be destroyed. Survive this cataclysm, but we need to work together.
This partnership's over the second you make a wrong move.
Your terms are agreeable. Valen's power has driven the Keepers and Beasts mad. I can guide you to safety, but you must protect me along the way. Hurry and stay close. It isn't far.
Should feel better now. What is this place?
The Immortal Emperor's vault. Inside, Valkorion stored artifacts even he feared were too powerful and dangerous to use.
I cannot protect you from what lies inside.
I'll take my chances. Everybody in.
My daughter. What have you done?
She's free! You must...
I can't hear you. You're fading.
Was that Valkorion?
He tried to tell me something, but then he disappeared.
Enjoy it while it lasts. I imagine he'll be back soon enough.
The power surge overloaded the circuits. We're trapped.
This vault has to have some kind of backup system to restore power.
There is. You must reactivate the power generator. But do be careful. Valkorion sealed deadly guardians in here to protect his treasures. After centuries of hibernation, I suspect they will be hungry.
Nothing's ever easy, is it?
torment me again. No. I sense his presence, but it is faint, distant. You are not Tenebrae.
Are you some kind of recording?
It's the spirit of an ancient Sith Lord, though they're usually bound to their tombs.
I exist between life and death, imprisoned in this holocron by the one who lives within you. I knew him as Tenebrae, but my low-born son has worn many masks. Vitiate, Emperor of the Sith, Valkorion. His name does not matter. I am Lord Dramath. 1,000 years ago, I ruled this planet when it was a vibrant world named Madrias.
I'm guessing Valkorion had something to do with whatever destroyed this world.
He is solely responsible for this atrocity. He was the least of my children, his mother a nameless peasant. But he murdered me, imprisoned my spirit, and turned Madrias into this.
If you were a better father, things could have turned out differently.
Do not lay his crimes at my feet. He lured many Sith Lords here before consuming them in a dark ritual that wiped out all life on the planet.
He did something similar on Ziost.
His hunger for immortality must constantly be fed.
Why didn't he consume your spirit?
For 1,000 years he has taunted and tortured me. But now, salvation is at hand. This holocron has the power to destroy what remains of my essence. Grant me the release of oblivion.
I don't trust Valkorion, but I don't trust you either.
I can help you defeat Tenebrae. I know his weakness. This holocron is not just my prison. It can destroy him once and for all.
Every time Valkorion gets taken down, he pops up again in some other form.
He is immortal, but not invulnerable. This holocron is the instrument of his destruction. There will come a moment when Tenebrae is vulnerable. That is when you must strike. Until then, release me from my prison, keep the holocron close, and bide your time.
You know things about Valkorion that could be useful. Maybe we should keep you around for a while.
I have given you the key to end my son's existence. There is no purpose to keeping me alive.
Valkorion has many victims, but none who have suffered as long as you. I will set you free.
And so, it ends.
I hope we don't regret that.
Hold on to the holocron for now. Valkorion can't know we have it.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Progress facing us. Jarek didn't make it. Pity. At least he was right about our escape route.
Did you find what you were looking for, Empress?
You tell me.
I have never seen such power.
I am no longer chained.
And what of your former prison?
Tell our ships to leave orbit. Soon, there will be nothing left on Nathema but dust and ash.
You need to haul jets, Commander. Power readings spiking. The whole place is about to blow. I'll pick you up outside. At the evac location, Commander. Just waiting on you.
Reign over his child. Death is the only one I am forbidden to control. Fortunately, he has provided numerous subjects to test my more radical experiments on first.
That place is about to come crashing down. Get out of there! Run my sensors. You're close. You can make it.
nerves, don't you?
Valen has broken her bonds. Now she will be stronger than ever.
The Alliance won't rest until she's removed from the throne.
I hope you get that chance. Did you discover anything significant inside my vault?
Something in particular you're worried about?
The artifacts hidden there are more dangerous than you can imagine. If you used them, it would be at your own peril.
Valen's long gone. What happened down there?
The Empress broke free from her conditioning. Now she's more dangerous than ever.
Then we must act quickly. What is our next move, Commander?
She may be stronger, but she's not invincible. We'll find a way to stop her.
Wouldn't mind a bit of R&R first. Or at least a nice long nap in my own bed. Setting a course for... Call coming in.
Commander, do you copy? Odesson is under attack.
Looks like Valen sent her entire fleet.
Where's the gravestone?
Odesson, I need a status report, now.
Valen caught us in dry dock. Just installed the last of those new upgrades. Need a few minutes to recalibrate our systems.
Ground forces are holding the line until the gravestone's up, but we're outnumbered and outgunned.
Hold tight, Bay One. Help is on the way.
You and Lana can lead the charge. I'll do more damage if I slip behind enemy lines.
I specifically ordered this battle to end quickly.
The Alliance is showing unexpected resistance. We still have the advantage, but the price of victory will be high.
Then pay it! Arkan is here. Mother, father, the Outlander. I will paint Odesson with their blood.